Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sony Cool and this is Gems of War. And today, what do we got going on? We got some world event. Lore of Blood. Help or experience our new world event battles with your guild mates. Play world event battles every day to unlock rewards. World event. And we got Karakoth week's preview. Weekly preview for Karakoth. So Karakoth Underspire, Epic Trials, Event Key Drop Table, Weapons in the SOULFORGE, Glory Shop Troop, Faction Event on Tuesday, Pet Wednesday, Class Event Thursday. Yeah, that's what we're doing today. World event teams, 3 of them, high, mid, and low. We'll do the scoring, and then we'll get into the weekly preview for Karakoth. It's the week of Christmas too, so it's that too. But let me set up the stream, and while I do that, y'all can watch an epic trial battle where the AI will try to take out the auto battler. Will try to take out itself, I guess. Trials. Boom. Bang. If anybody needs this, let me know. I'll do it at the very end of the stream. But, you know, it's been around for a while. Hopefully you already got them done. If not, there's plenty of videos of me doing it. But, yeah, let's run it. We do have the chatathon this weekend, I think. I know it's Christmas and everything. You guys are all probably distracted just like I am. You know, Wednesday's Christmas Eve, Thursday's Christmas, and the chatathon is Saturday. So I don't know, maybe I should push that to Sunday or something. We'll see. I'll let y'all know whether it's going to be Saturday or Sunday. But it's got to be Saturday or Sunday because it's the end of the month. And that's as far as I can push it without it getting out of December, which wouldn't be good. So we need to have it in December, and the only days left are Saturday the 27th and Sunday the 28th. So we're going to have to do the chatathon on one of those 2 days. Just to let you know. Heads up. It's 5-6 days away at this point. But yeah, let's set up the stream here. Give me a sec. Ooh, we're already losing. Uh-oh. Losing. How'd y'all do in Guild Wars? I went 20-0 with my team. Been doing really good. Like, I've been playing this game like, I don't know. I've been like super awesome at this game lately. And I've been making awesome teams lately. Crushing it. I was the Paragon. I think I missed back-to-back Paragon by like single-digit points. I did have my web spinner die 2 or 3 times out of those 20 fights, I think. 2 or 3 times, even though I summoned something back in with Flaming Oni, that it still counts. If you die, whether you summon something back in or not, you still lose a little bit of points. So I did lose my web spinner around 2-3 times, and that was enough to where I did not get Paragon, even though I went undefeated and I was using a really good high-scoring team. Just losing a troop 2 or 3 times cost me Paragon. But it's cool. Our first chance at Paragon ever, I got it, so I'm good. I'm good on that now. Let somebody else get the achievement. You know, I did it on purpose. Actually. I actually didn't get Paragon on purpose, y'all. I was letting somebody else get it, right? Right. I didn't just make that up right now. I was not trying, right? Gems of War, world event. Did we lose? Uh-oh. You might have to do this one yourself. Let's try it again real quick. I'm not done yet. Too busy blabbing. Gems of War. I don't know. What else is going on? Karakoth, I guess? I don't know. And okay.
Mana Surge. Mana Surge. Mana Surge.
What else? We got this weekend. We got Bounty this weekend, I think.
Mana Surge.
Trying to think of some tags. I can't really think of anything today. Come on, game. All right, I'll just jump into the chat while the studio is having trouble saving. Ooh, we got 8.5, everybody. That was our goal by the end of the year, and we got it. 8.5. Come on. Got 8.51, so I call that we got it. Maybe let's get 5.5. Come on. No, I'm just playing. I'm cool with 8.5. Our next milestone will be 9K. Will we ever get there? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. If we try really, really hard, we could probably get it in like a year. Maybe. But hit that like, turn on your ticket to the train if you're here. You know, I stream every Monday, Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday, so you don't even need notifications. I'm here every single Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday around 10:30 a.m. EST. So whether YouTube tells you about it or not, you know it's gonna happen. So yeah, you know how I love to make it where there's no excuses, no matter what it is. That's like one of my favorite things to do. Make it so there's no excuse. You're choosing not to do it or you're doing it. There's no good excuse otherwise. As far as like in the game doing epic trials, or in the game doing the vault event right, or in the game doing this or that, or watching the stream. It's either you're choosing to or you're choosing not to. There's no good excuse, since I do it at the same time on the same days every day of the year, every week of the year, for months and months and months, for years and years. So people who aren't here are choosing not to be here, pretty much. Or, you know, maybe they're super busy at work or holidays, whatever. Alright, game title is Gems of War. And you see them other places. I see them at the grocery store. You're like, hi, I haven't seen you around my parts lately, but I've seen you at the grocery store. Alright, I think I'm ready to go. I think one more thing. Hold on. Let's copy this. Oh no, I gotta do 2 more things. My bad. I'm almost ready though. If you're ever watching these after the fact, maybe you're lurking or watching later, just skip ahead a few minutes. So I gotta set her up every single time. Well, not every time. I guess just when I do PlayStation. So Monday and Friday, I gotta set it up. But Tuesday and Saturday, it's already set up when I start, because it's on OBS, the new account. Hey, we lost again. Geez, you might have to run those by yourself. On your own. Okay, I think I'm good to go on this stream. Okay, let's get out of here. Alright, we're going to do the world event first. Let me bring up the scoring. Hopefully you've been logging in every day. It looks like I have. You know, I have to get on. I have to do the holiday event. I have to do my guild stuff. I had to do Guild Wars. So, yeah, I've been logging in every day so far in the main account and the new account. The new account also went 20-0. Wasn't really any competition, though. It was kind of a thing like, okay, I got a super low-level account doing its first Guild Wars. I don't have every daemon in the game. Like, I have to just come up with something and do what I can do. But then, like, the competition was super weak. Like, super... like nothing burgers, like nobody was fighting back, so I was kind of like beating up a toddler or baby, you know. But you know, I had barely any troops, so I still went 20-0 with barely any troops, even though we were pretty much beating up on lifeless bodies. But eventually the elo system will get things right, I'm sure. So hopefully our guild got to increase our elo quite a bit by... I don't know, though, because if you're beating up on dead guilds, you kind of only gain a little bit of elo, so... How are we supposed to ever get away from all those dead guilds if they only give us, like, +5 or +6 or +7 or... I don't know. They should get all those dead guilds out of there or something. Like, if a guild has, like, 0 points, 2 or 3 guild wars in a row, they should just drop them all the way out of the whole thing. Like, what's the point of putting them up against people? Just drop them all the way to the bottom or something. Alright, so... we got the world event. I gotta do a couple of other things real quick, though. We need to give to our guild. Guild. Your guild was defeated by yesterday's opponent. doesn't even say the opponent. They gave up. At first they were trying to tell you which guild you won against or got defeated by, and then it was saying the wrong guild, and then it was saying you beat yourself, and now it just says nothing. So they kind of gave up. Guild tasks. Alright, so we have all the regular tasks done. So I am going to look at the purple epic. We got that one done. So now I'm just going to look at whatever one's closest to being done. This one is 7 out of 12 and halfway there. So I think I'll do that. Complete this. Do it again. Do it again, sure. As long as I hit 1,000,000 something, I don't really care. What amount? Alright, finally, after a bunch of loading. So I gave to my guild. Now, we go collect our mail. This is the kind of good stuff you can get from being in a good guild, everybody. Ready? Go! Eventually, hopefully, if you're continuing to get into better and better guilds, I know some of y'all get trapped by be a big fish in a small pond, maybe, or I have a couple of buddies, maybe. I don't think that's a good excuse either. I think you enjoy being the big fish in the small pond and getting first place for a month or two, but eventually you need to get into a guild where, you know, somebody's always scoring higher than you. That's the ultimate goal. I mean, you can, of course, get first place every once in a while, like I got Paragon and Guild Wars, but, you know, you don't want to be getting first place every single time. That's a good sign that you should probably go to a better guild. You always want to have better people than you in your guild. And then the buddy thing, the buddy system, holding hands, and, you know, if you got 2, 3, 4 friends, every single guild, no guild ever has 30 members back-to-back-to-back-to-back-to-back-to-back weeks. Even the #1 guild in the game. So join a better guild, get your friends into that guild. It's not, you know, you're only going to be separated for a week or two. It's not that big of a deal. You should probably... The only good excuse for staying in the same guild for a very long time that's not a high-level guild is if you're the guild leader. And at this point in the game's life cycle, you should not be making a new guild. That's just a mistake. Alright, I got a Medal of Guard. I got all that good stuff. And... let's go look at the offers. Let's go to the shop in case this troop is useful. Always get Spoils of War. Blood Spore. Let's get it. Go over it a little bit later, but let's have it just in case. And the guild event, Lore of Blood. We gathered some mystics to hunt for lore in Karakoth. Hopefully something could tell us why vampires were hunting Prince Athorus. Defeat enemies and gather lore in Karakoth. We have a spell damage medal. So that's the world event, the medal. Invasion is the tower killer. Raid event is the boss killer. Bounty is the bounty hunter captain. You know, journey is the pathfinder. World event is the medal. Tower of Doom is the weapon. So world event is all about the medal. So we need to get this medal, at least one of them, hopefully multiples. And you're going to do 160% extra spell damage for all troops in the current event. So you're going to want to be using troops that hit all enemies. Example of those types of troops would be like Chrysantherax, Stellarix, any of those dragons for real. Tesla, Rowan, Guard's Avatar, Phoenicia, Scourge of Honor. It's not... Those are the examples of, you know, Ruby Weapon, Black Manacles, Dawnbringer, Dustbringer. Those are examples of, yes, do those, yes. Examples of things that are not that. Chris Hound is not that. You know, Lord of Slaughter is not that. You know, Zulgoth is not that. CT's not that. Maelstrom Dagonath is not that. Hiking Irongut is not that. So, do the things, the first things. Alright? So dragons like Chrysantherax, Stellarix, weapons like Ruby Weapon, Dawnbringer, Dustbringer, you know, Phoenicia, Scourge of Honor, Guard's Avatar, stuff like that. Not Chris Hound, not Zulgoth, not High King Iron Gut, not Lord of Slaughter. You will not be getting the usage out of the metal if you're doing those things. If you're overkilling one thing, you're going to super duper kill it. You're going to kill it, it's going to die, it's going to fall over, you're going to kick its body, you're going to bury it under the ground, you're going to send it to China, you're going to dig its body back up and kill it again, and it's just overkilling one thing, which is not smart. Unless that's all you got, I guess. But in this event, you're going to want to collect your rewards first. It's the only event in the game where you collect your rewards before you do the fights, because you get something that helps you be stronger, which is the medal. So we'll collect that. Yoke is here. What up, dude? You're number 1 today. Not sure what's been going on with these streams. They've been kind of dead. Guess everybody's quitting Gems of War or something. Orb of Wisdom. And we got some badges. So now we're going to buy up in the shop until we get a medal at least. 30 gems here. 70 gems there. Your guild gives you a certain amount of gems from guild tasks that you can then reinvest into this event. There's a medal. Alright, so I'll just stop there for now. I might buy tier 3. I might buy tier 4, but for now, I'll just get a medal. Alright, so we need to do scoring. Latest news. Who wants to see a dude make teams live? I'd rather see a guy just all of a sudden have teams from who knows where. Making teams live that come out of your own brain on the fly, that's not fun. That's not cool. I want to see just random teams that popped up and, you know, are edited with jump cuts and stuff. That's the best. Alright. So, World Event, Bloodbath. There are 6 battles that players can encounter during the event. Void Portal, Bloodspore, Draxius, Narmel, Aberrath, and Okranos the Sleeper. The battles are randomly chosen, but they all have an equal chance of appearing on the map. Scoring, you can find the following rewards for each of the different battles you may encounter. Let's do them in order. So, Lore is worth 3 points. As the battles get harder, they will also increase the amount of lore they give by 25%. So Okranos the Sleeper is worth the most, which is 12 lore. So he's right here, he's worth the most. Aberrath is worth the second most. Right here, Aberrath, second most. Narmel is the same as Aberrath. So if you see Aberrath and Narmel are worth the same. They're both legendary. Draxius and Bloodsport are worth the same. And then Void Portal is worth the least. So pretty much, it is just rarity order, and that's it. So if you see a mythic, pick it. If you see a legendary, pick it. If you don't see a mythic, or a legendary, pick an epic fight. So don't pick the blue fights, and try to pick the light blue fights. Pick the cyan light blue fights, but don't pick the dark blue fights. And you'll be doing pretty good. So if you know rarity order, then you know scoring. So the mythic is worth the most, the legendary is worth the second most, the epic is worth the third most, and the ultra rare is worth the least. And another thing you should probably do if you want to score like the most points is pick the highest level of those. So if this was level 20 and this was level 10, you'd want to pick the level 20. If this was level 100 and this one was level 20, you'd want to pick the level 100. Most likely. If this was level 10 and this was level 100, you would still pick this because it's a higher rarity. So make sure you just pick highest rarity first, and then if you have 2 of the same rarity, that's the highest, then you just pick highest level to do the tiebreaker. Because it says that they give 25% more as they get harder. Alright. So, let's make a team, or 3. What kind of restriction do we got? We got Mystics. Mystic restriction. Jam Rix is here. Let's see what we're working with Mystics. Looks like we have every single weapon. So Ruby Weapon already. Ruby Weapon, Dawnbringer, Dustbringer, Black Manacles are all good choices if you don't have good Mystic troops. I'll try to make a team out of like a Mystic troop for high level, and then I'll make probably a mid with Ruby Weapon, and then, I don't know, we'll see where we go from there. But, we want troops that hit all enemies, so no. Oh, wait. This one does do damage to all enemies, just not as good as others. That does all enemies. That kind of does all enemies. That does true damage to all enemies. So this one's the best one so far. That does all enemies. I guess Mystics. Okay, this one doesn't, so this would be a bad choice. Crapper Core is a bad choice. Dow's not a good choice. This one's not a good choice. It only hits 3 enemies. So none of these are good, but everything above them. Fallen Vowdies. Probably not a good option, but does hit all enemies if you have nothing else. This one's not. This one only hits 1 enemy. This one hits all enemies, so you have a lot of good choices here. If you have the metal, this one's good because it does damage to all enemies and then can get an extra turn. So kind of like these two best so far out of what we've seen. Or no, Archdruid, Blackwood, and Kronos so far. Queen of Sin, no. Only hits 2 enemies. No. No. No, but could be a mana generator. No. No. Maybe. Hits all enemies. Dang, out of all the mythics, we really don't have anything super awesome. I didn't know there wasn't like super good mystics. Maybe I have to do Ruby Weapon for the high level weapon or team, because we got Queen Beatrix here for mid. Okay, so that's probably gonna be what's up. So the best thing you could do for the world event, if you have everything in the game, I would say is the Ruby Weapon for high level players that have everything. Because it does true damage to all enemies, so you're skipping their armor and you're taking advantage of the world event medal. Okay, now we need to get up the Ruby Weapon. And maybe give it some backup. Some more damage. Like Queen Beatrix would be good. That's kind of a combo. Might as well. Alright. I might not need to do 3 teams. I guess I'll do one without Ruby Weapon and one with. This is a pretty good start. Now we just need some... We don't even really need that much mana generation for real, because they kind of mana generate for themselves, and they're good damage dealers. But... could probably find something. What's a mystic? Harpy Mage is good. Harpy Mage. Harpy Mage. Maybe Harpy Mage and an Empowered Converter. We got Princess Elspeth if you want to go down that route. You just have to sacrifice something else. Probably like think of like maybe a blue troop. If there's any pure blue. You could do Princess Elspeth with the pure blue. Like we did in the holiday event last week. We're technically still doing, I guess. I guess there might not even be a pure blue, though. You could find one that's like blue and brown, or blue and red, or blue and green, though. Wouldn't be too bad. So probably not the best. Thinking Harpy Mage for sure. Let's go get it. Harpy Mage. So we got plenty of damage. We got lots of mana generation. We really don't even need a 4th troop, but might as well. We could just look for something that has like a really good 3rd trait. Or an Empowered Converter. What I'm thinking. Chant all allies. We're gonna have that anyway. Cynthia. Madness Storm. Star Storm. Queen Titania could Fairy Fire. 8% start for Earthska. Alright, I think I'm just gonna do an empowered troop. I think we got enough firepower. Alright, what do we got? We got Ecotl, which would do blue to yellow, which we don't need. This is Skulls. Skulls. Green to purple, we don't need. Yellow to green's not bad. Blue to yellow. Okay, I think it's the only thing you could do maybe is Malcondessa. Get up Queen Beatrix, I guess.
Return from the darkness.
It's looking like my team. Bum 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 bum. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that. And let's clear filter class. We got a couple of blues. We could go with the Green Storm to loop. We could go with Titan to get Ruby Weapon up. I think I might go Archer. Nature's Aura. Banner. Got 3 blues technically. Let's do blue. Okay, we got blue, red, brown, green, yellow. We could minus purple because Malcondessa is already empowered, so doesn't really need mana. The only banner's this, so Kraken banner. It's almost like it's easy choices. Ruby Weapon's the best weapon. Queen Beatrix might be one of the best mystics. Harpy Mage is the best like mana generator, and then Malcondessa is the only empowered converter that does a color that we actually need. And then the banner, the only banner that minuses purple that also does blue, is the Kraken banner. So here's the best team that you probably can do. Let's do a couple of fights. Gotta put the medal on, but it will ask me. Okay, some Medal of Strife. Then I might do an Anu, just to help things along a little more. Alright, let's see how it goes. Should be really good. Jets is here. How'd everybody do in Guild Wars? Don't get much better than that right there. Boom, we're up. Bang, they're dead. Alright, let's go to the other Ochre Nose. I'll do like 2 or 3 fights. I might be trying to go as quick as I can today. Just freaking gotta finish up, you know what I mean? Finish up before Thursday. Alright, so if you don't have this, which is yellow to green, then you cast your Harpy Mage. And your Harpy Mage gets up one of your damage dealers, you cast that and you win. Once again, super fast. Let's do one more. Ruby Macaque for the win, yep. And we do have her, so let's go ahead. So check your Malcondessa if you have it, do it. If you don't, do Harpy Mage, and you'll get up either Ruby Weapon or Queen Beatrix. You cast that, you win. And if you don't win, you cast the other one. And then you win. And as you're going throughout the week, you'll just get more medals, more badges, and just get stronger and stronger, so should be pretty easy. 5th member of your guild got the Paragon achievement today. Nice. Starla's here. Hello. Alright, so I think this is the best team that you could do for this world event. And this is not even like a super... Like, the Ruby Weapon's the only thing... If you don't have it, that's annoying. But if you don't have it, I'll make another team right now. But it's probably not going to be anything too special. I think Queen Beatrix would be. If you don't have Ruby Weapon, just go Queen Beatrix. But there's the best you could do. Alright, so try to make one without the Ruby Weapon now. You could just keep these and just put on a mana generating weapon or something, but probably take this off. This is going to be a low level team actually, because Queen Beatrix you should have. Just double up on Queen Beatrix, I'd say. And then do Wand of Stars or something. Even if you don't have the Wand of Stars, do Mount Crusher, do Reflection of Good, do Obsidian Librum, do Osha's Tome. Whatever you got is fine, but I'm just going to show the best, which would be Wand of Stars. Which my baby beginner account has Wand of Stars. And we'll throw it in the middle of the Beatrixes, so this one can get up as soon as possible without getting blocked by the wand. But if this one dies, we still have this one. So that's why it's in the middle of the both of them. We want the wand to get up, but it can catch 4 colors from this slot. Which is still like better than almost anything in the game. It's catching 4 whole colors. The only colors it can't get is blue and green, which will go to Beatrix. Because we're hoping we get up Beatrix quickly without even casting the wand, and then we cast Beatrix and win. But later on, we might need both Beatrixes, so to get both up, we're going to have to cast the wand. So I think this would be the configuration if you don't have the Ruby Weapon. Just double up on Beatrix. Beatrix is a Mystic. Beatrix does true damage. Beatrix can loop. I think you keep Archer, Greenstorm, and banner might change a little bit. Probably do want like a green-blue banner. And doesn't really matter what we minus. Harpy Mage is going to get up no matter what. And Wand, we can minus one of its colors, and it still has 3 other colors that it can get. And it still gets the minus color too, it's just a little bit less. So, doesn't really matter. Could just do this. It's minus brown, I guess. But Queen Beatrix does throw brown up onto the board, so maybe brown isn't the best option. Yellow, red, brown again. So yeah, brown's the only option. So we'll go with it. No big deal. Ocularian Banner, Archer class, Queen Beatrix, Wand of Stars, Queen Beatrix, Harpy Mage. That's what I would do if I did not have the Ruby Weapon. And you could put Mountain Crusher here if you don't have Wand of Stars. So anybody can do this. Let's go. Queen Beatrix doesn't hit like super hard, but you got the metal that's going to help it hit super hard. And then it has potential looping and extra turns, which makes up for it maybe not hitting as hard as something else. So that's what makes it the best. Alright, so here in this situation, I'd probably go with the Harpy Mage. I don't know. I guess the Wand, because it could get up that first one. The Wand could potentially get an extra turn, so let's go with the Wand, actually. Okay, didn't, but... Oh! I got moved. They're all dead. Alright, we'll do like one more fight, because it's pretty much the same thing as the other team, just without Ruby Weapon. JM Ricks with the 10! Thank you so much for the Christmas present. I don't get any Christmas presents, you know that? So the only presents I'm going to get is from you guys. So JM Ricks, you gave me my only Christmas present so far. And Chad, thank you Chad. Chad and JM Ricks giving me my only Christmas presents. Actually, I did get something from my mom. It was a family gift though. It wasn't very exciting. It was like a household item. So I'm not getting video games or nothing, or clothes, or shoes, or cologne, or nothing. I don't get nothing for Christmas. I just be giving stuff to people. Alright, wand it, because you could get an extra turn. Got an extra turn, boom, they're all dead. Yeah. Appreciate it. We got 12 today. Come on. JM Rixer says in the process of doing the 10 before the 2 got sent, didn't mean to overshadow that or anything. Nah, never does. You know what? Chad does it almost every stream. You know what I mean? So, Chad drops a deuce on almost every stream. So that he knows what's up. We know what's up with Chad. Like, that says something, and that's adds up. And over time, think about, you know, that's a lot. So, Chad gets to drop his deuce every stream. And we all know that adds up to a bunch, and we appreciate it. And it helps us not get goose eggs, too, you know? If we have, like, a random stream where it's not going so well, and here comes Chad, like, saves the day. Very consistent. So shout out to Chad, for sure. You didn't overshadow it, because his stuff adds up anyway. We all appreciate it. Alright. There we go. So it's not like I don't think I'm reinventing the wheel here. I don't think I came up with some crazy awesome team. I think everybody knew this was the way to go. Ruby Weapon or Queen Beatrix, or put them both together. So just do that. My new account's gonna do this team right here. My new account, my like level 500, just turned level 500 account is gonna do this team right here. But I guess I'll do another team because I put 3 teams in the title. If you somehow don't have Queen Beatrix, which would be crazy to me. That'd be crazy. I think you should probably just do Black Manacles. So let's make a super duper beginner team. I mean, if you don't have Queen Beatrix, you probably don't have Harpy Mage. But Harpy Mage is not even a legendary, so I don't get it. I wouldn't understand a person. I don't know how to make another team for real. But I'm gonna try here. We'll do Epic and Under. Okay, we got mana generation, we got damage. So it'd be cool to get like another damage dealer and another mana generator. Coddle there. Fire Juggler. Hex Rat's not bad because it hits all enemies, but it does this. It uses the same exact colors as Black Manacles. So you could do a Lithian Servitor. That's not a legendary. Put it there for now. Might be something better. Atlanta's not a mystic, is she? Probably not. She's like a bow and arrow, like assassin or something, not a mystic. Might be this is the way to go, because I don't see anything else. So you'd have to be like, I don't even know. You'd have to be playing the game wrong and be a super low level to use this team, but I guess go check out my new account playthrough so you can correct that. I guess an empowered converter on top of this. And we got blue to yellow, no. We kind of already went over this, but I forget. So blue to yellow, no. Yellow to green, no. Green to purple, that works. Alright. Black Manacles can stay in first slot. This is empowered, so it's okay to be the same color as Harpy Mage. We'll just put Harpy Mage above it. So we're only going to cast this once, and it's already got mana. So its mana is almost like clear mana. You know what I mean? Or no mana. Like when you see that Graveseer, don't see red, yellow. Just see nothing. So Harpy Mage being red, yellow doesn't really matter. This is going to get up second turn with the Enchant and Explode Potion anyway. But not really blocking Graveseer, because Graveseer's already up. Unless you don't have it empowered. And if you don't have it fully traded, just don't use it. Alright. And then for class, we'll probably change this to... I would go with maybe Thief or Titan. I'm gonna go Thief. We'll have some purple fallen. Maybe we can, or Archmagus. Thief, Archmagus, or Titan. Whatever one you need to level. We'll go Thief for this. And then, this is my super duper 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 low level team. By the way, we already did 2 way better teams. And purple for sure. I'm only making this team because I said I would do 3 teams. We don't really need 3 teams, but... what can we minus? We got purple, brown, blue, yellow, red. We're missing green, so this would be fine. Or this. Got more purple than brown, so we could do this one. Obsidian Banner. Alright, let's see how this goes. Super low level team. Should go completely fine. No new tidy whities. Nope, sorry. I don't get nothing. I got a vacuum cleaner, that's what I got. It's a really cool one, I guess. It's like a nice expensive one, because we always break them. My old one broke. Alright, see if you have this first, just like the other team. So green gems to purple. You would want to get an extra turn if you casted that. We're not going to, so let's go ahead and do the Harpy Mage. This doesn't really matter what you pick, but you could look at, okay, we got 12 brown, we got 12 purple, so we could cast it on Black Manacles, because brown, purple. And you want to get up Black Manacles, so... Ooh, it didn't kill him, but we got backup. Bang. Classics here. Don't come in my room when I'm vacuuming, yeah. Alright, one more fight, and then we're done with this. This is really easy. Queen Beatrix or Ruby Weapon. You got Harpy Mage. We might want to check this just in case we need the backup, right? So green to purple. Right here, we have it. Nice. Might as well get them both up. Let's grab this for some gold. And... we'll cast... guess this first. Ah, they're dead anyway. Tyrion's here! Alright, so got you 3 teams. Definitely do the first one if you can. If you can't, do the second one. If you can't, do the third one. It's the order. First one's the best, second one's next best. This one, I don't even know. I bet you nobody uses this one because my new account's not even using this one. Because I already have Queen Beatrix and Wand of Stars, so I'm going to use that. If you don't have Queen Beatrix and Wand of Stars, please go follow that new account playthrough. It'll tell you how to get that stuff. Alright, so that is the world event. Collect your rewards, buy up in the shop till you get a medal, and then use Ruby Weapon, Queen Beatrix, some combination, and then Harpy Mage, and just do rarity order, and then highest level. Classic. Dude, Classic, we went through Blackborough. It was super fun. We just, like, we kind of got lost, and then we got, like, trapped. Like, it's going to be cool. It's going to be a cool video on Wednesday, I think. Tyrion says, hey, Cindy, made Paragon with 4 scores between 1376 and 1399 over the weekend with the Gravanga team. Nice job. Yeah, I've only lost twice the entire Guild Wars. Like, since we started the new Guild Wars, I've only lost twice. And I got Paragon last time. I got Paragon the first time you could get it, and I've only lost twice the entire time. Over 100, like, it's been like over 100 something battles, right? And I'm against top guilds, like, every single time. So I've never had a gimme, like, one time. I haven't had one gimme guild ever. One time. At all. Ever. Right? I got Paragon the first time you could get it, right? And then I've only lost twice out of all the new Guild Wars fights. I've only lost twice. All the Takshakas and Chrysanthraxes and Goblins, and I've only lost twice, like 2 times. Like 1, 2. That's it. Out of, like, you know, probably 150 something fights. I'm probably like 138 and 2, you know? And like never had a gimme fight one time, except for the gate. And I'm in a top 10 guild, and I got Paragon the first time you could even get it. So, that's cool that Gravanga team went 20 and 0. Classic says, I said I don't come in my room when I'm back. Yeah. Yeah, good job getting the achievement. It's a hard one. It's one of the hardest achievements to get, so congrats, Tyrion. Classic says, nice. Vertical zones like that are always scary. I get lost down. Yeah, it was kind of like, I didn't know kind of where, go. What's through this door? I don't know. You know, what's around this corner? Could be a yellow, could be a red. So it was butt clenching. And then we got to this one part where we just couldn't go back. So we'd either have to like gate. And we didn't want to gate because we were already like halfway through. So we didn't really feel like going back. That was crazy. Alright. Let's take this metal off because we're not going to need it now. Before I forget. I got the Paragon the first time. Yeah. You're 39 and 1. So you've only lost one time ever? There's been way more than 40 fights, right? Because there's 20 fights per Guild Wars, and we've had, you know. Are you talking about since Paragon got introduced? Good job, man. Yeah, I'm not trying to discredit you either. I'm probably trying to just say, like, I don't know. I want to get my flowers sometimes. I don't feel like I get them. From, like, the more general, broader Gems of War community. You guys definitely give me my flowers. You guys are awesome. But you never know who's listening, and they can hear it. Because they need to hear it. Alright. So, let's do the weekly preview. We got Bloodbath. New epic troop, Blood Spore. Get this troop with glory from the words tab of the shop. Lore of Blood. Experience a new world event with your guildmates. Play world event battles every day to unlock rewards. Wilhelmina's Rose for 48 more days. Naughty or Nice. I think one more week on that, right? So keep it going. Like on my new account, I really gotta like buy every day. I think multiple times. I'm gonna try to get the power orb and everything. So on my new account, I don't have the armor. I want the legendary. I want both pets. I want the power orb. So on my new account, I actually have to buy like twice a day, I think, for the rest of the time. On my new account, or on my main account, though, I think I don't have to buy very much. And I'm going to get everything that my main account needs. But yeah, keep at the Naughty or Nice, because it's still going, and you got to at least do your fights every day, and then you want everything. Can't miss them. Week of Karakoth. All Karakoth troops gain 10% to skills. Week of Mystics. All Mystics gain 10% to their skills. And bonus trait stones. Use Bloodspore and PvP to get a bonus trait stone. Alright, let's do the SOULFORGE. Kind of mythics are here. Ooh, I see Bane of Ambition, who I used in my Guild Wars team. Just kind of annoying, like, when I finally make, like, an awesome Skull team with Web Spinner and Bane of Ambition. Like, you'd think people would want to use that one. You never get to use those freaking awesome troops, but instead we're using Grovanga? Like, come on, dude. You don't want to use Web Spinner and Bane of Ambition? Like, two awesome freaking troops that do skulls and score super high and went 20 and 0? We'd rather use Grovanga? I don't get it. I don't understand. But it's whatever. Let's not use Web Spinner. Triple skull damage. Skulls are so much fun. Triple skull damage. Just crushing smoke and stuff in one hit with a skull. That's so much fun. So much, the most satisfying things you could do in the game. Bane of Ambition. Devouring, throwing up a bunch of skulls, doing true damage. Bone Storm. Nah, let's do Grovanga. Like, come on, dude. You know that's way cooler to do Web Spinner, Bane of Ambition. But I don't understand. Like, think about it for real. Just think about it for real. If you could use those two teams just on doing anything in the game, which one would be more fun? Which one would you rather? Web Spinner, Bane of Ambition, or whatever that was, Merilith, Grovanga. Which one is more fun and cooler? Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. That's nuts. Alright. So, what kind of mythics do we got in the SoulForge? I need to quit talking about it because I probably sound like a big asshole, but it's whatever. When don't I? Sparkinator. Remember when a dude said this was good? Are you using it still? With Theo? We got Sparkinator. We got Dread Captain Grimm, who I said was Dread Captain Grimm. He's not horrible, though. It's like the... yeah. Archdruid Blackwood, which you could use in the current event right now. He's not horrible. It's actually probably one of the better mythics that are available for this event, but luckily we got Ruby Weapon and Queen Beatrix. But if you did not for some reason, but you do have this wouldn't be horrible. Does true damage to all enemies, which is nice. And it's a mystic. But it's not good overall, like... you know? Nothing too special there. But Bane of Ambition I do like, and I think is a top 20 mythic. It's one of the better new mythics we got in the past year or so. And yeah, but it's not top 10 or anything. It's down there in the teens somewhere, maybe borderline top 20. It's not saying it's a top 10 that if you're saving diamonds up for top 10 mythics, like you would keep saving and not get this one. But if you already got like all the most awesome mythics and you're looking for the next best thing, like I really like this thing. 22 green, yellow, brown, send a Mirage Demon. There are 13 or more skulls on the board, devour an enemy, otherwise deal true damage to them and create 9 skulls. And it has a perpetual bone storm, so every single turn it's dropping skulls onto the board with a storm. It's impervious, it has explode a brown gem at the start of battle. So that's the best mythic in the SoulForge right now. It's probably like the... if I had to say, it's an A tier mythic, first of all. It's probably not S tier. It's like A minus or A. And then if I had to give it a number, I forget what I gave it, but it's probably like 17 or 18 or 19, somewhere around there. Maybe 15 at best. I don't know, maybe I gave it higher than that. I don't know. But go check out my top 20 mythics if you want to know. It's not as easy to say where it sits without looking at all the rest of them and on a list like I did in that video. So yeah, Bane of Ambition would be the best thing to craft in the SoulForge right now. Second best... definitely not Sparkinator. Booty Gems. No. Probably freaking Archdruid Blackwood. He's not that good, though. 24, blue, green, purple, midnight, elemental mystic. Deal true damage to all enemies, boosted by entangle gems, then disease them all. Create 2 entangle gems when my turn begins. Impervious with a 25% chance to summon a dryad on death. It's kind of mid. Kind of like a C+. It might be a B. I don't know. But true damage is... so it's going to drop its turn. It's not going to mana generate. And... you know, it doesn't instant kill or do any super awesome third trade or anything like that. So all it really has going for it is the true damage to all enemies and then nothing else. E plus or something. So yeah. And then Dread Captain Grimm is probably next. 22 blue, red, brown, Blackhawk Undead Rogue. Deal damage to all enemies. Boosted by booty gems and my treasure maps. Then create 3 booty gems and gain 2 treasure maps. So, yeah, I don't care. Like, it's just doing damage to all enemies, pretty much. That's it. Sparkinator is probably last. 22, blue, red, yellow, Adana Mech. Steel armor from... well, it might be better than Dread Captain. I don't know. Steal armor from all enemies. Create 10 bomb gems, then explode a 1 random gem. No good traits, really. I mean, 25% on a mythic is kind of low. It only blows up 1 gem. So, I don't know. I guess Dread Captain Grimm is better. This thing's pretty bad. This thing's like a C- at best. Maybe not bad, but it's just not good. You know? Below average for a mythic. Alright, so yeah. Bane of Ambition would be the way to go if you're going to craft something. The dragon is Luna 30 blue, purple, brown, McGrimwood's dragon. This one is a Stellarix dragon. I think it was the first Stellarix dragon I got when I popped my first Stellarix egg. I think. Maybe. It's a hard name to say. Lunar Elion. So I kind of just go Luna blah 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 blah. It's a good one. It's a dragon. But remember, you'd only craft this if you already got 4 or 5 of the Stellarix dragons and you're just finishing. You're smartly saving up and getting the one you definitely need instead of popping more eggs and getting more duplicates. Alright, the legendaries. What do we got? Nimue, which is okay. It's hard to find a spot for her in the game, but her spell is good. Merlantis. Lust. Kind of just annoying on defense, right? Frostfeather. Here and there, sometimes, maybe. And Ulf I will use sometimes. I like Ulf. But what's the best? Probably Ulf. Ulf is definitely... I don't think he made the top 20 legendaries, but he just comes in handy here or there sometimes. 16 blue, brown, Sword's Edge, Human Knight. Deal true damage to 3 random enemies. If an enemy is wounded, deal 10 extra damage, then summon Ulf's mascot. It's just true damage to multiple enemies. He's Knight, you can 50% start him. He's Human, you can 50% start him. You can put 2 on the team, that way you have enough to kill everything on the other team instead of just 3. So sometimes, like, for the mid-level Knight team or something, I'll do Ulf with Sir Quentin Hadley or something like that. But then Commander Donhart came into the game, so which is better than Ulf. So it's probably a color thing. Like if you need blue, a blue Knight, I guess. I don't know. Then you couldn't use Sir Quentin Hadley, so. But yeah, occasionally I was using him before Commander Donhart came in the game. I think it's still solid, but not a top 20 or anything like that. And you shouldn't be crafting legendaries in the Soulforge anyway, but it's just fun to put them in order. So Ulf is the best legendary, and then I guess Nimue. Frostfeather's okay, but Nimue. 18 green, purple, Merlantis, Merfolk Mystic. Transform yellow gems to skulls and red gems to purple. Silence the 2 strongest enemies. No good traits, though. If you get to cast that spell, you're doing really good damage, you're looping back into yourself, and you're silencing 2 enemies. So, that spell is good. Just wish, if this thing had good traits, too, people would use it. It's kind of overlooked and underrated, but it's because it doesn't have any good traits, for real. It's hard to make a team for. Frostfeather, 16 blue, green, Glacial Peaks, Elemental Beast, deal damage to all enemies. If there's an Ice Storm, curse all enemies. Would be next, and then Lust is last. Charm an enemy, 40% chance to transform them into a succubus or incubus. Charm a random enemy when an ally dies. Explode a purple gem at the start of battle. That's the order. Weapons, do we have anything cool in Karakoth? Dark Engraver is doo-doo. If I don't mention it, it's always here. Emerald Censer is poo-poo. Old Magus Staff is good. It's an explodey weapon for Karakoth with a buff. Toma Karakoth is doo-doo. Inferno Volge is a tool for your tool belt for Damon. Not bad. It's probably second best so far. Staff of Other Worlds. Same thing as Inferno Volge, except for this one's for Karakoth and this one's for Demon. Grasping Grimoire is another one. So these are all tool for your tool belt weapons. Just nice to get if you already got all the, like the explodies. Just to have. Doom Cauldron is a Doom Toilet. And that's it. So if you're gonna craft a weapon for collection purposes, you should probably do Old Magus Staff. If you already have Old Magus Staff, do one of the tool for your do one of these 3. One of these three right here. So on my new account, I crafted Norbert's Turnip, and then I crafted Rope Dart, and then this week I might craft Old Magus Staff. We'll see. If I have enough jewels and stuff like that, I might do... Been trying to craft like one weapon a week out of the SOULFORGE, starting with Norbert's Turnip, so... Norbert's Turnip, then Rope Dart, maybe Old Magus Staff. If I skip this week, I'll let you know, but I'm going to take a look at it, see what kind of... Because I think, like, I was short on one of the jewels. It was, like, I think yellow, because Norbert's Turnip is yellow, and then Rope Dart is yellow. So I'll probably be able to do it, because I used blue last week, but it's blue-red, so I should probably have just enough for... I don't want to use up all my jewels, but I'm still trying to get, like, at least one weapon a week, if I can. My new account. Summoning Stones. Sana has not been here to remind me. I guess she's just watching streams at nighttime right now. Maybe her sleep schedule's all messed up. Let's look at it, though. Blue Summoning Stone. Dwarven Gate's pretty good for early game. You get triple Dwarven Gate, and you can put that with, like, Black Manacles or something. It's a pretty safe, good team. I don't know if I'd recommend it from Summoning Stones, but if you just had to... I mean, once again, if you try to do Summoning Stones, you get one or whatever of these 8 troops, so you're not even guaranteed to get it for real, so I don't know. But Dwarven Gate, shout out to it, I guess. Really looking for, like, Leprechaun or something like that. Nothing there, really. Nothing there, really. Nothing. Got Thrall, so Thrall's pretty good, but it's not as good early game as it is later. But it's still a good troop. One of the best commons. Nothing there. So yeah, Thrall and Dwarven Gate are the stuff in the Summoning Stones. Okay. That is the SOULFORGE. Let's go to the shopper. Get your spoils of war every single week, no matter what, no matter where you're at in the game. My new account's doing it, my main account's doing it. It's always a good purchase. Glory for event keys. Alright, we got Blood Spore. 13 red, purple, Karakoth, Demon, Mystic. Deal damage to an enemy. If they're bleeding, then dispel, curse, and drain 3 mana from them. Gain bonus purple. 10% chance to create a bleed gem when my turn begins. Nothing too special. Troop art's crazy, though. It's like a mean flower with mean bloody flower or something. I like that troop art, though. We get Arcane Dark Trait Stones, so if you need those, you can get a bunch right now just for glory. That's red and purple. Let's look at it real quick for my new account. Red, purple, all colors, base rarity, show all. So, what kind of troops would I fully trait? Ishtara has like a bless, 50% chance. Infernus has a burn. We have that enchant thing on this guy. Obsidius has earthquake. But more likely to be doing like legendaries. Does any legendary have anything? Queen Titania. I do have Queen Titania on my new account, and if I don't have it fully traded, I could do it this week. Summer Veil. Fairy Fire, random enemy, and 4 or 5 gym match. She also might be good for the event right now. Mystic. Right? But you got Queen Beatrix and Ruby Weapon. True damage. You don't have to, like... She is good because she hits all enemies and Fairy Fires, but you kind of have to, like, Fairy Fire. It takes a second to get everything Fairy Fired and then fire her off. Otherwise, you're just doing physical damage to all enemies, which is good with the metal, but true damage to all enemies is a little bit better than physical to all enemies. She makes up for it with her Fairy Fire, but the Fairy Fire takes a second to get going. Wow, the enemy's going to already be dead if you're doing true damage type stuff. But I could fully trait her. I need to hit the chat in a sec, sorry. I'm always thinking about it, so don't worry. This one has 75% start, so anyway, I should look at my, it's almost good that it's only one troop. So if I don't have Queen Titania fully traded, I might do it on my new account through that. Free power orbs, pretty much. You just gotta, spend a little bit of gems and do some fights. Pretty much free, yeah, like you said, quote unquote free. You still grab them on your main? Nice. You wanted one turn? Nice. Skull Waterfall was going to be your team. It's great too. You definitely don't want to use the slower dust again now. Yeah, I'll never see that again. What am I doing? Okay, so I need to do the event key drop table. I always freaking forget. We got Karakoth. I'm starting to build my event keys back up though. I got over 4,000. So that's good, because I might need them here and there, you know? Sometimes there's a troop that I don't get for some reason, and then I have to use event keys on it. Or diamonds, you know? That's how you get a troop without having to deal with RNG, pretty much, kinda. But Karakoth! The only troops you can get with event keys right now are from Karakoth. Yeah, let's do base rarity. Karakoth. Karakoth. Let's make sure we do show all, because what if I'm missing one? Alright, these are the troops you can get from event keys right now, and nothing more. The Deathlock Dralic, Okranos, Elder Dragon, Vashtagon. Nothing's jumping out at me, nothing amazing. Kind of just 4 mids at best. So save your event keys for way better stuff like Adana. There's way better kingdoms than this one. Hey, there's Sana. How's it going? Hi. Zolgoth you cannot get with event keys. Narmel you get in the underworld. Of everything else, nothing great in Karakoth. I would save your event keys. Law of Tentacles is okay. And yeah. That's it. That was the event key drop table. Don't do it. Alright, what else is going on this week, y'all? What else is going on? What else is going on? Thank you, Sana. Discord. Alright, so the rest of the week, what else do we got going on? It's a Karakoth week, of course. We got a world event for our guild event. Tomorrow we got Durgaroth faction event. Wednesday we got a Mistletoe pet. It's a mistletoe. I put it on the thumbnail. At least I think I did. Did I do the thumbnail? Yeah, I did. Mistletoe, so it's a new pet. It's a cosmetic pet. It's a Christmas pet. And Thursday we got Sorcerer class, which is kind of weak. Kind of doo-doo, but maybe it's one you don't have at 100, so at least get your 25 gems. And then we have a bounty event this weekend. Second best single-player event in the game. If you like orbs and like overall loot rewards and stuff. Second best to vault. Faction events are probably my third favorite, but what else is there, I guess? Guild Wars? So Guild Wars is good too. All those single player events on the weekend are really good. You should do them all. But Vault's definitely the best, and then Bounty's second best. Potential loot. And then faction events I love, man. You get so much gold. It's crazy. And then guild event. Like Guild Wars, you get gold marks, and they're all good. That's why just any event you should just do to the most you can do. They're just all, pretty much all of them are good, except for the class event, I guess. The Tuesday faction event is good. The freaking world event is good. The journey event is good. The weekend events are all good. It's like, if it's an event, you should probably do it. So that's what's going on this week. We also got the chat-a-thon this Saturday or Sunday. I gotta figure it out. We need it. We need it. We need a banger again. We had a good one last time, though, so that's good. We had a horrible one the time before that, so hopefully we're not alternating months on horrible ones and good ones or something. Because that'd be poop. Especially on Christmas time, holidays. I get no presents. Just kidding. I'm not kidding, but who cares, right? What else? Gotta do an Underspire team. So I did the event key drop table. I did the shop. I did what else is going on. So yeah, Underspire, is that it? Let me know if I'm forgetting anything, because I've said that before, and then I forgot to do the event key drop table. Just let me... I don't mind if you tell me, like, hey, you forgot to do this, or can you go over this or that. Like, please let me know. What's this? Oh. Alright, let's make a team for the Underspire. It's Karakoth restriction. Alright, get well soon, Sauna. Get well soon. I hate that for you. Yeah, I did summoning stones for you. I mentioned you, too. Like, I do this for Sauna. I remembered. Alright, Karakoth is the restriction for the Underspire. What are we gonna do? Oh, no. We have Zul'Goth. Zul'Goth's always nice. I don't know. What do you want to... I guess for early, I might just do, like, Narmel or, like, Elder Dragon or something. If I was going to do this Underspire, what would I do? Which I should do it. Everybody should do it, but... what would I do here? Make a team. Alright, weapons. No, 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 no. You can start by just eliminating all the crappy weapons. Infernal Vulge, maybe. Grasping Grimoire, maybe. Daemon and Mystic. This one's Karakoth and Explodes, so that might be one of the best ones. And this one's Karakoth, so probably these two, one of these two, one of the staffs. Be the best weapon. You almost always want to use your hero, so you could just start there. Old Magus Staff or Staff of Other Worlds. And then... I don't know, I think Narmel's going to be pretty good for early. True heavy splash damage. Explode. Ah, it's just stone blocks, though. True heavy splash. True heavy splash. Probably do that early. Like, double up on Narmel, maybe. And then we need, like, one more mana generator. I guess just, like, an empowered converter, maybe? If we got one. Eldritch Minion. Purple. Round of purple. Something like this. And then late, I'd probably do Zul'Goth. So let's show the early team first. Banner class, okay. Probably not gonna do Sorcerer, I don't think. Sorcerer's kind of booty cheeks. But if you're doing the other weapon, you kind of have to. So by doing this weapon, that makes it so I don't have to do. Might do Archmagus. And then we got all red. Red for sure. Red purple minus greens, not bad. Let's do that. This will be my team for Underspire. Starting out at least. Alright, we got brown to purple. We have it. Bang. Do we need both up though? Okay, we got both. Guess we don't, but... Alright, here's our lantern, which my new account needs to do. And let's do like 2 more fights and then I'll try to think of a Zul'Goth team maybe. Got red, brown to purple. I don't see it. So should probably grab some blue. There's an RML. We could do this, and then this, as they let me. Go in the middle, true damage, true heavy splash, which is pretty good. Go highest level, I think, level 12. Level 12, they're both the same, so I don't know, it doesn't matter. Brown to purple. We don't have it. Brown to purple. Ooh, we got red. There's Narmel. Should I do it or should I get the second Narmel? Let's do this. I guess if you cast the first one, that's pretty cool. You got the first one puts the stone blocks up, the second one will blow them up. Right? So that's cool. Having 2 Narmels is actually pretty cool because the first one will make the stone blocks. That way the second one can then explode them, which will do some mana generation. 1 Narmel wouldn't be that good, I guess, but 2 is pretty decent. Looks really cool too. I like Narmel, the way it looks. Let's do one more fight. The Zul'Goth team is probably just take off a Narmel. Oh, I should have just done this, maybe. Oh, we can do skulls and then Narmel. We got treasure. 3 wild trinkets. Alright, so here's team code if you somehow get anything out of seeing this team code. It's old Magus Staff, Narmel, Eldritch Minion. We got Archmagus, double red, purple, minus green. So let's try to make a Zul'Goth now. Which you might need later. May or may not. What could go with that? Might want to use the other weapon instead of like a weapon that's... Then you have to use stupid sorcerer. They
shall feel my fury.
We need one more thing that goes good with this. Slime Dragon. Uvashka, maybe. Purple to Doomskull. I do have an Eldritch Minion. The Summon. It uses green. It might be cool. This does purple and brown. It might be cool, actually. Yeah, let's try it. can catch green. It's not blocked or anything. Sucks we gotta do Sorcerer. I don't really like that. But, you know, the deeper you get, let's do Sorcerer, I guess. Deeper you get, you know, the longer the fights are. And banner would be... Definitely need that staff, because if we don't get that Eldritch Minion, we're going to have trouble getting mana. So I think I'm going to go... So we got Karakoth. Karakoth. They're all Karakoth, right? So this thing will do enough brown and purple. This thing then converts brown to purple. I just, like, somehow fall into these really good teams somehow. And then this is going to turn purple to Doomskull. And this is going to kill and... So it's better than I thought originally. Okay, so we got yellow, red, blue, purple, green. What are we missing? Brown? I think we're already on the one we need here. Dragon banner. We really got to get up that weapon. Alright, so this is way cooler than I originally thought. I just think about purple and brown up on the board, a bunch of it. And then being able to turn brown to purple. And then being able to turn purple to Doomskull. It all goes together perfectly. An Eldritch Minion is on our team for this. So we're going to create 3 more Doomskulls on top of all that purple. And then we got freaking Zul'Goth. The only thing is it might start a little bit slow. But if you're fighting the 5th, 6th, 7th dragon, like, you probably don't care. You just want to win. So we definitely want an Anu with this. If we don't have one on. Okay, and it's not going to be too impressive right now because we're fighting super easy stuff that you could just wipe with Narmel, but it's the only way I can show it to you is the fights I got right now. Sauna with the gifted, thank you so much. Went to Ryan Duke. Appreciate it, you're a legend, oh yeah. A legend, just like Chad the Clip Bomb. And JM Ricks. Give me some Christmas presents, some tidy whities. I could maybe buy myself some tidy whities. Maybe. Yeah, we was at the gas station. We got back in. Like, somebody tried to steal it, and they turned the music. But then we got back in. We were doing donuts around the gas pumps. We're out of there now. We're heading to the freaking... amusement park train ride Hillbilly Zoo. Let's go. Alright, brown to purple. We're on our way there. We just have to make it there safely. Amusement park is far away. There's lots of cops sitting on the side of the road trying to pull us over. Alright, we gotta get up our weapon. So this is the slow part, but we're going. We'll get going here. Keep looking for this, you know, brown to purple. We could do this first. See all the brown and purple it puts up? Now you pretty much guarantee that you're going to have this. And that got up Zul'Goth, which is fine. Let's take this first, right? I mean, we don't really... Yeah, we want more skulls on the board, if possible. Let's make sure you don't have any extra turns or whatever. We can do this. I don't think we can kill the Doom, but let's get rid of her. So Uvash Ka did not get up, but... It's alright. Level 16, level 17. I'm going to show this a couple more times. Let's see if Uvash Ka even gets up. Maybe we need to put him ahead of Zul'Goth, but then Zul'Goth would be only catching purple. But purple happens quite a bit, so that might be fine. I might move Uvash Ka ahead of Zul'Goth here. Okay, we need brown to purple. Don't got it, so we're going to try to get up our weapon. Got it. Okay, now we should have it after this. See how it's like almost no matter what? It's pretty sweet. Boom, that's Zul'Goth. Which if Zul'Goth was below Uvashka, then Uvashka would have more mana right now and Zul'Goth would still be up. I think that's what I need to do is move it. Alright, so Zul'Goth, whoever is the most dangerous or whatever. Alright, let's try it with the in the other configuration before I recommend or show the team code. We'll move this here. And I think we're still going to be good because the staff does purple, the Eldritch Minion, brown to purple. Zul'Goth is getting all the purple, so he's fine to be in third slot. Uvashka, I think, has a summon, right? In case we lose our first slot. There's just so many things. The only bad part is like it's a little bit slow. So everything else about it goes together nicely and should be good for the harder stuff in here. Alright, get the staff. Look for this, though. Can do it now. Or we could have waited, I guess. I could have waited. That might be better to wait. Still going, though. Still going. Come on. Yeah, why not? Hey, we got it. That was sick. So I think I need to wait with the Eldritch Minion. Maybe I cast the weapon first, unless I have it right away. Let's buy more torches. I like this team. It's fun. Oops. Torches. Let's kill the boss. Okay. So this time I'm gonna, unless Eldritch Minion is up, unless the conversion happens on the very first turn, I think I'm not gonna do it until I cast the weapon at least.
Mana surge. Mana surge.
Okay, there it is.
Mana surge.
Uh-huh. Alright, we got it, but yeah, we don't need brown as bad as we need purple, so I'm gonna go ahead and cast it.
Mana surge.
There's Zul'Goth, cool. Yeah, get the green, get the green. Anything else? Yep, purple. Come on. Anything else? Come on. Yep. Okay. Anything else? No? Alright, we can do this. He's still, like, didn't get up yet, but I think sometimes he would. Okay, so now we'd have to find the door. And we found the dragon first. Probably go this way. But yeah, I don't know. I think Narmel, double up on Narmel until it's just like getting annoying. Like maybe you have to cast 3, 4, 5 Narmels to kill the enemy team or something. And then maybe this. I'll give you 2 options. If I was going to use this, it would definitely be after Narmel and later and deeper. And it's this right here has a summon in case you lose your first slot. And then you got Zul'Goth, which can instant kill the stuff that has super high stats. And you know, it's a skull team. Like, this will turn purple to skull. And, you know, this is doing brown to purple while this is throwing up brown and purple. So, yeah, maybe try it super deep. But the other one would be better early. So I'd use the first team until at least the 4th dragon. And then maybe try that one after the 4th dragon or something. When it gets deeper and harder. Alright, so yeah, that's about it, y'all. I think that's everything, unless y'all have anything you need. I think I'm good. We kind of showed the Epic Trials, but, you know, Epic Trials you should be pretty close to done with. Amethyst Giant, Elspawn, Eldritch Disciple, Uvashka. Got a summon here. Got a decent amount of mana there. Death Mark. Make sure yellow's next to purple for this. You got 50% skull reduction. Got a summon there. A summon here. This can curse and death mark on 4 or 5 gym match. So you could get something death marked and then hit it with triple damage. So this team just has lots of safety valves. You have a couple of summons, right? Or you have at least the one summon here. And then this 25% chance. And then you got 50% skull reduction. So I would cast this when you have purple next to yellow. I'd cast this when you have something death marked, so you can do triple damage. I'd cast this when you need mana, pretty much, and there's nothing else going on. And I would cast this when it has, you know, when you do purple to Doomskull and get an extra turn, not just, don't cast it willy-nilly and pass your turn to the enemy and then they get a bunch of skulls. So it's like you cast the stuff at the right times with this team. When yellow's next to purple, when you have a death mark on something, when you need mana and there's nothing else going on, and when you have this conversion, purple to Doomskull, that's when you'd cast each thing. But yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, no hate to anybody, by the way. I'm just trying to get my, you know, recognition from the more general Gems of War bait. Yeah, not the people here. You guys are awesome. And shout out to Crisp. I like Crisp and everything. I'm not trying to be too... I know it probably sounds like I'm being a jerk. I'm sorry. It's the holidays. I should just say everything's cool. And that's good if people went 20-0 and everything. So it probably was a good team, but... I don't know. Shout out to them and go watch them and subscribe and stuff. Cool dude. But like, share, subscribe, so they're joining. It helps a lot too. Get on the channel comment below, and I'll see y'all next time, which will be tomorrow for the new account. New account will be hopefully getting Silverglade to Power 5. Hopefully be finishing up every Kingdom Quest and be done with Kingdom Quests. And those are the main things. And I also hit level 500. So, new account is heading to... It's in the late early game, and it might be heading into the very early mid game very soon. All the world quests are done. We're about to get all the kingdom quests done. We just hit level 500. We're going to have all of our magic kingdoms open and at their first soft cap. So we're getting deep into this new account playthrough. There may only be 10 more or something. Like, we're probably over halfway through it. Maybe even more than that. We might be 75% through this new account playthrough, because once it gets to a certain point, it's not really a new account playthrough anymore. So we're not going to just keep going forever and ever and ever and ever. I don't even know when I'm going to stop. I got to decide. But definitely getting all the kingdom quests done. Definitely getting all the faction quests done. Definitely getting all the class quests done. And, you know, we'll see from there after that. But all that stuff has to get done. And then we'll try to decide what we make our stopping point. As far as, like, the chatathon this weekend, I got to figure out what we're doing. We were doing, like, top 20 mythics, then top 20 legendaries, then top 20 epics. We already did all the rarities. So... it would have to be something like with weapons or classes or underworld troops or something like that. So if anybody has an idea of what kind of list I could do, we could work on during the chatathon. Or if you have some other idea, you know, let me know. If we can do something fun, let me know. Top 10 rants all time. Cindy cool. I don't know. But let me know if you have any ideas. Hopefully I see y'all there. Yeah, I never used Grovanga, so I forgot. I always think it does for some reason. I can't... what I'm mixing it up with. I'm mixing it up with some other troop that I probably don't use either. But you know, like, how am I supposed to know about, you know, I like forget about them almost because they're no good. Convert all gems of a chosen color to good gargoyle gems. Deal damage to all enemies of that mana color. Gain an extra turn. So it gains an extra turn on every... That's good. So you could convert away a color that the enemy uses. Maybe you don't use. Deal damage to all enemies of that mana color. It's just regular physical damage, but you get an extra turn. I just never... This never interested me very much. Physical damage, maybe not even to all enemies. It's just... It's like, the Grey King, but not as good. Grey King does true damage to enemies of that whatever mana color you pick. And it silences and mana drains and F's them up real bad. This thing has an extra turn. That's the cool thing about it. Good gargoyle gems could do anything. Could do anything, you know. It's not guaranteed to do anything. But yeah, the extra turn's probably what the best part about this guy, but otherwise I never use them. I've never used them. Like, I wouldn't recommend crafting it or anything like that. It's not a top 20 mythic. But if it was able to get some people through the Guild Wars and get Paragon and, like, go undefeated, then that's cool. But it's not like I'm going to start recommending it or something. And I had a perfectly fine, undefeated, high-scoring team as well without using it. So it's almost better to not, like, not recommend a mythic that's no good otherwise. Just to do it, when you could recommend like Bane of Ambition, which is good for other things too. So then people might get stuck in their head that Grovanga is good or something, and they might start trying to use it into the future, or they might waste resources on it to get it after seeing that. What would be worse? Like, I think it'd be better if somebody thought, "Oh, I saw this guy and he went 20-0 and he was Paragon with Web Spinner and Bane of Ambition." You know, and then you think, oh, I want to get Web Spinner and Bane of Ambition. The other way though, it's like Grovanga, which I never use on a day-to-day basis and isn't a top 20 mythic or anything. But, you know, whatever got the job done. It is what it is. You can cut grass with scissors. You can cut grass with scissors and still get the freaking grass cut. Or you can mow it with a 0 turn. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. My chat just crashed, of course. Why do I got Gems of War going? I got Gems of War going on my laptop. I didn't mean to have that. I didn't have it in live chat either. What an idiot. But super special thanks to Sauna, you're a legend, oh yeah. Jam Ricks, you're a legend, oh yeah. And Chad, you're a legend, oh yeah. Keeping the lights on, doors open. Thank you so much for being here. Tyrion, what was my score? You want to see? I think I can. I lost by 6 freaking points, dude. 6 points. I almost got Paragon again. Where do I go? Put your, what was your score? You show me your score, I'll show you my score. You show me yours, I'll show you mine. Five 539, is that it? You show me yours, I'll show you mine, dude. Five 510. Dang, you got me. I would have got Paragon with 5539. Good job, dude. And you said you got Paragon too? You would have got Paragon in my guild too. Our top score is 5516. So yeah, you got me by 29 points. But I'm going to get out of here. Thank you so much. Shout out to everybody that was here. Tyrion, Sauna, Jets, Classic, JM Ricks, Chad the Clip Bomb, Starla was here, Yoke was here. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a good one. You're the best. Peace out.